What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Happy New Year's to each and every one of y'all. I am so sorry that I am late. I apologize. I know I put up a Pacific time and I didn't come through at that Pacific time only because you already know things happen. And I apologize. My deepest apologies to all my peeps and my peoples. How y'all doing? I know it's time to go to bed. I know Monday morning starts everything. The kids go back to school, go back to. So my bad. I apologize for that. So let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about what's happening. Like OMG, there is a lot happening and there is a lot going on in the situation. When it comes down to Porsha, I was like, OMG. I can't believe, this is actually happening with Porsha. And it's like Porsha really doesn't have anybody that kind of has her back because her cousin Londi basically believed that Porsha got her out of a job, with Dennis, that, Londi was over there working with Dennis and now she's not working with Dennis anymore. And Dennis says the reason why he started to act shady towards Londi is because Porsha told him, to do that. And so then Londi was like, then why you just, I told you I needed more hours and you said you couldn't give it to me and you just let me go. So I'm like, OMG. So, there's a lot going on in that situation. So now Londi don't know who to believe. Is it Porsha or is it Dennis? But she is feeling a certain type of way towards Porsha because she didn't want to address Porsha. Londi's talking about, she ain't the one. She's not the people that's going to be listening to Porsha, telling Porsha, Porsha could tell her what to do and things of that nature. So I'm just like, OMG. And then you have Lauren. Lauren's basically telling Porsha she needs to do the work and she's putting the blame on everybody else. She needs to be putting the blame on herself as well. She can't worry about what other people are doing, but she needs to worry about what she's doing because this is her journey. She wants to blend a family. And Lauren's basically saying, you ain't doing the work. And Porsha said, yes, I am doing the work. But, when it comes to Lauren, she's still kind of, she's going to choose Porsha at the end, but she's also trying to tell Porsha, hey, listen, you chose this and you're not showing up, you're not doing the work. And also Porsha is telling her sister Lauren that, hey, what you got over here ain't working for us. It ain't working for me. I was just like, And then, Dennis drops the bomb and says he doesn't understand why, Porsha is so concerned about, her cousin Storm because they ain't really cousins like that. I mean, they're cousins, but they don't talk to each other. The only time they see each other is around Christmas. I was like, Lord have mercy. He was like, she's going up for Storm, but her and Storm ain't even cool. And then it seems like Dennis really has a problem with Storm. I don't know what went down between Dennis and Storm, but in any event, Dennis says nothing happened. Storm says, he was not nice to her and things of that nature. So you have a whole lot going on in this situation. And, you got, what's her name? Her cousin Storm working for Dennis. Then you have Londi working for Dennis. So it's almost like Dennis is feeding Porsha's family and things of that nature. Then you got Auntie Liz. Porsha's Auntie Liz is basically like, telling Miss Gina to come to her side of the Williams family. The good side, the best side. I was like, ooh and oh. So, Miss Liz, Auntie Liz, she don't really mess with Porsha and her family like that. She's looking at Porsha and like, she's choosing Dennis and she's choosing Miss Gina. I was like, OMG, like this is crazy. Like so much is going on. And then, Dennis cheating. It's like, Dennis is doing too much. Dennis is doing too much. Porsha's doing too much. Porsha's just like, yo, Porsha, calm down. This is your show. This is your TV show. Like, you doing too much. And Dennis is, sitting there like, like you ain't gonna play me like this. So it's so much going on. And it seems like, Liz is not there for Porsha. Liz is not there for Porsha at all. And, Londi is toting the fence whether she's there for Porsha or not. Then you have Porsha telling off her assistant, Lauren, the assistant Lauren, basically because Lauren is not agreeing with Porsha and not saying what Porsha want her to say. Porsha's looking at her all, like, yo. And then Porsha was looking at her at her assistant like she was kind of feeling a certain type of way because her assistant spent the whole day having tequila shots and chilling with Dennis when she's supposed to, I guess, be working it on the clock. She's working on your show. So Porsha wasn't feeling her. Porsha checked her immediately. Porsha checked her assistant, Lauren, and said, listen, you need to stop. You need to tell Dennis to be quiet. Don't be over here telling Dom to be quiet. Dom is loyal. So basically Porsha is telling, her assistant that, yo, listen, you ain't loyal. Dom is the one that's being loyal. So now you got all types of stuff going on. I was like, this is crazy. For real, for real. It's like, OMG. Like, what is happening? I'm just like, oh, man. Like, what Porsha gonna do? What is Porsha? Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's good with y'all? Dennis is a troublemaker. Storm is happy between Dennis. Something might have happened between, Porsha and Dennis, though their situation is like they both want to get the upper hand against one another and they're not hearing each other out. Porsha wants to make Dennis, feel bad for the things that he did in the past and wants him to, act in a certain manner. And Dennis is not acting in that manner. And then Dennis has his mother. She's all in the business. She's all in the mix. And Porsha already said off jump, when she was sitting outside talking to Lauren, that she doesn't want to even deal with Miss Gina. And she said that she's ready to cut Miss Gina off. And she says Miss Gina is just, Pilar's family. She's ready to let it go. And then you got Porsha's assistant basically saying that Porsha, she doesn't deal with things logically. She likes to put things on the back burner and she likes to run away from situations and not face them and deal with them when the time need be. So now you got Porsha's assistant telling Porsha off, basically just telling Porsha about herself. You got Lauren telling Porsha about herself. You got Miss Liz, Auntie Liz is basically telling Dennis's mother, come to my side of the family. My side is the good side of the family. So you got a whole lot going on in that situation. Hey, Major, what's going on? Happy New Year's to each and every one of y'all. So it's like so much going on with Porsha. Like Porsha, like the people that you're doing this TV show with really don't got your back like that because your assistant, you paying her. And then Porsha is basically wanting her assistant to do to listen to her, and whether Porsha is right or wrong, Porsha wants her to choose her side. And you already had Lauren basically say that if you don't, choose Porsha way or Porsha side or agree with her, she would just cut you off. And now we see Porsha basically wants to not have any more communication with Dennis McKinley's mother at all. Like she's done. She's through with Miss Gina, and she told Lauren that straight up. And then so that's why you see at the dinner table it goes left. And then Dennis feels like Porsha's family, when it comes to Storm, is disrespecting his mother. So therefore he jumps into the situation. Then Miss Gina, she jumps into the situation because it's her son, and they keep bringing up old things. It's like, yo, why are they talking about the cheating and stuff? Porsha said, well, we're talking about the cheating and everything that Dennis did because we're healing from the past. It's almost like, Lauren set the situation up where she got Dennis, or the producer set the situation up where you got Dennis together, you have Londi together, you have Dom together, and Dennis, you know what I mean? And then the assistant Lauren, together, and then they're all talking, and then Dennis and Dom has a situation going on, but Dom is the one that brought up the whole situation about, Dennis actually out here, cheating on Porsha. He brought it up earlier in the day, and so then the conversation, then Dennis brings it up, basically saying the ops. So therefore, it's like somebody was pushing for that to be a storyline, and then having them take shots and sit there and everything else like that. That was just going to make the situation all out of of whack anyway. And then Dennis coming to the table, everybody else coming to the table, they're feeling good. And Dom, all of a sudden, he all jumped up and he's like, he's sticking up for Porsha. But basically, he was kind of shading the whole situation because he ain't Porsha's assistant. So one minute he's shading Porsha, and the next minute he got Porsha back, or he's kind of like picking at, oh, look at Porsha, she did this, she did that. But then at the same time, he wants to have her back. So it's like Porsha got a lot of people around her that don't got her back like that, baby. And that, Porsha don't listen to nobody. That's what Londi says. That's what Dennis says. That's what her assistant says, Lauren, the assistant. And also, that's what her sister Lauren Williams said. So basically, they're calling out all of Porsha's imperfection and just putting it out there. And then seeing Porsha like act up at the table and yell and scream for security. It's like she's doing too much. And then Porsha already put it on the table that she was done with Miss Gina. So if Miss Gina said anything, it was going to be a problem, because Porsha felt that Miss Gina was so happy that Dennis brought a date and Dennis had another woman. And so Porsha's basically not even thinking about them collabing anymore or blending their family. And it seems like when Porsha was having the argument with, Dennis and his family, that Porsha said, won't you leave? Won't you leave? And then Dennis says, you asked me to be here. You asked me to be here. And then Porsha's niece turned around and said, she asked you to leave 3 days ago. So Porsha asked Dennis and his mama to leave 3 days ago, and they stayed. So Porsha was already irritated. Porsha was already feeling a certain type of way. So in any event, the situation wasn't going to go good at all, point blank period. Because if Porsha already asked him to leave and go and get up out of here, and they still there, Porsha wanted all that to come out. She wanted them to talk about Dennis cheating, because that's what Dom kept talking about, or the producers wanted that to happen. Porsha said, since you're going to stay here and not leave. So this is probably the situation where off camera, this is where Dennis, said to Porsha about her parenting skills. And this is probably why Porsha was just already at the table, ready to go. Something went down before the dinner, because Porsha was acting cordial. And as soon as Dennis said, something to her cousin Storm, Porsha went off the deep end. Porsha was like, you gotta go, you gotta get out, telling his mama she gotta go. I'm like, yo, Porsha was acting up. What's up, Rosemary? What's up, Pauletta? Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry I was late. Just issues be happening. You know what I mean? Crisis. Hey, Sherry Green, what's going on? Hot Spice Tea, how you doing? Emma, how you doing? Happy New Year's. Hey, Major, what's up? Black Lavender, how you doing? What's up, Osborne? How you doing? It's good to see you. What's up, Tia? How you doing? What's good with you? April Morgan? Yeah. Hey, Tamika, what's going on? Apartments available, baby. A lot of people need apartments, baby. Just the T, please, 93. What's up? What's up, Yee? Aura, what's going on? Miss Sugar Mama. So in any event, so that's like a whole lot going on, and it don't look good at all for Porsha, because basically they're calling out her imperfections, and you actually see these imperfections happen where Porsha's not putting in the effort, or Porsha feels like there's no effort to put in anymore. It's like, Porsha, you wanted this blended family. Now you're just like, go. Like, she ain't even trying to work it out. She said Miss Gina should apologize to her. Since Miss Gina didn't apologize and basically accusing her cheating on Dennis, she felt a certain type of way. So Porsha was already done. Porsha been asked this and his mama to leave. And she probably asked Dennis to leave when he said to her about her parenting skills. So I was just like, Lord have mercy. Like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? It did not look good at all. And then, then watching Auntie Liz, choose Dennis' side and not even Porsha's side. And I was like, oh man, then you got Mama Gina talking about, I don't even want to be a part of this family. So Mama Gina, so is that why you've been acting the way that you've been acting all these years? Because you didn't really want to be a part. Mama Gina said Porsha never made her feel welcome. Mama Gina got issues, and Porsha want people to, choose her side. It's not like you can be in the middle with Porsha. You got to choose a side when it comes to her family. So it makes so much sense when Porsha Williams said, when she was doing the interview what's his name? Andy Cohen. Porsha said that I ain't running away from the girls of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm not running away from Kenya. I'm not running away from Marlo. My family is much more difficult to deal with. And yes, because these are your family members, at least you get to, tune your cast members out. But Porsha will tune you out, but that's your family. You're gonna show up at Christmas dinner and stuff. And that's your baby father, your ex-fiance and his mother. They gonna have to be around in the picture. And Porsha did not make it no better. They were trying to be cordial. Dennis was trying, but Dennis was talking too much. And Storm, she knows how to poke at Dennis. Her and Dennis don't get along. If something really happened, Dennis basically saying Storm is upset because Dennis never tried to get with her. So Dennis is out here trying to get with everybody else but Storm, and he's trying to say that Storm feels a certain type of way about that. And then you got Storm telling Porsha and the family members that Dennis basically said something to her that, almost, could be perceived as a threat. So, and then Porsha's basically choosing Storm's side, and Dennis saying Storm and Porsha are not even cool, that they only see each other on holidays, maybe Christmas, because he's been around the family for 5 years. And Dennis said this is the most that Storm and Porsha ever spoke to each other. And I was just like, Lord have mercy. Like, this family is off the chain. Well, Porsha put it out there. She put it out there. I don't think she knew that it was going to be like this. But, baby, it is like this. Oh, I was like, oh, man. And then Dennis, Lauren's basically saying Porsha's not showing up. She's not doing her part. She's not doing what she's supposed to do. So it's just like crazy. So there's a lot of shadiness going on. People want to be honest, but they can't be honest with Porsha, because Porsha said you're going to either choose my side or the highway. And right now, Lundy is not working for Porsha because she said that she sticks up to Porsha, or she's not a yes woman to Porsha. And Dom, I don't know why he ain't the assistant no more, but Lauren, she's the assistant now, so she's getting paid. And so Dennis was employing the family and everything. They was all up on Dennis' money. Dennis was trying to help the family eat, like, Lord. And then Dennis is sitting there talking about Porsha. She's not really enthusiastic when it comes to relations and things of that nature. He's basically criticizing her while he got a new girl there, and he's celebrating her birthday with her. So he's doing a lot too as well, because he didn't need to bring a girl. He could have just dealt with Porsha and that whole situation. But I guess he needed to get his stress out, you know what I mean? And so he ended up bringing a girl but it was tit for tat. It's like Porsha and, Dennis are both trying to poke at each other. But Dennis tries to be more cordial. But then once you hit him under the belt, he's just gonna go all in. And then he's talking about, hey, Dennis is talking about, hey, you want this, you want that, I can give you this. Dennis, you look very out of shape. You don't look like you can do nothing to nobody. It don't even look like you can lift up your arms, Dennis. And Dennis is sitting there on that mat. He's sweating. It's like he don't move around. He don't get no exercise. I was like, what's going on, Dennis? You better sit down, because that young boy, Dom, will give you some light work. He look like he quick on his feet. Dennis, you look like you slow. But I don't know, them collard greens, could probably help. But in any event, Dennis is basically calling out Porsha, and this is her show. Dennis is calling out Porsha, basically saying, Porsha, she should be here. She's not here. And you guys need to hold Porsha accountable. Portia's moving too fast. Portia's doing this. Portia's doing that. So he's basically telling Lauren how to do her job, and basically saying, how come you guys ain't holding, Portia's feet to the fire? I'm just like, oh, man. Hey, Rashida Libra, how you doing? What's up, Robin Walker? How you doing? Porsha had it out for Mama Gina. Don't blame Dennis. I ain't blaming nobody. I'm just telling the story, baby girl. Okay. Hey, what's up, Envy? I'm just telling the story, what went on and what my opinion is. Ain't nobody an angel in this situation. And the producers did the right thing. They had them sitting up there drinking that tequila, baby. And Porsha was already too through. Something happened the day before. And that must have been when Dennis basically called out Porsha. And that is basically, we don't see it yet, or we going to see it. But Porsha is basically too through and too done. And Miss Gina, she's there. But if you say anything bad about Dennis, she's going to jump in. So it's just like, you can't say nothing about one another or even talk about the past, really, without somebody getting upset. So basically, everybody's still hovering over and over the past too, because Dennis still feels left out. Dennis still feels like, hey, if nobody would have ran their mouth to Porsha and told Porsha anything about me hiring this girl and this girl working for me that I used to have relations with, Dennis is blaming them, because if Dennis didn't care about Porsha and he didn't want Porsha no more, that wouldn't even be an issue. He'd be like, yo, I don't even want her no more. But basically he's calling them out. Dennis thinks that Porsha's family and the people that Porsha is employing shouldn't tell her what's up. She's their boss. She's putting food in their mouth. So therefore, and plus we blood. You know, friends is one thing, but in any event, it's not good to get into nobody's relationship, because then you get in the middle like this, and you see how Londi and Porsha, you know, have their situation, but who knows? Porsha has Londi out, you know, had her on Bravo, watch what's happened live. But in any event, Dennis is saying none of them, Porsha's not even close to homegirl, to Storm. So you got a whole lot going on in this situation. So Dennis is sitting there letting Lauren know what's going on in the situation, basically letting her know that, hey, listen, y'all need to step up, y'all need to say something, y'all need to do something. And Lauren feels the same type of way, and that's why she has that conversation. And Dennis said, like, you guys are not my friends, you guys are Porsha's friends, so you guys don't really got to chill with me or hang with me or anything like that of that nature. But what you need to do is hold your friend accountable. We're all here for, you know, PJ and the well-being of PJ and Porsha. So therefore we need to work together, and y'all guys ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. I was like, Lord have mercy. And this is where, when it comes to Dom brings up the situation where he feels like Dennis owes him an apology, because Dennis accused Dom of actually telling Porsha that he has hired a former employee and also cheated on her the first time. You know, so it's cheating on Porsha the first time, Dom knows, and he was a part of that conversation with everybody else that who knew. And then Dom is the one that's seen the girl working at Dennis's club, and he went back and told Lauren, and allegedly Lauren went back and told Porsha. Lauren said that she didn't say anything to Porsha because she didn't want them to break up, because Porsha and Dennis was good. So therefore Lauren is basically saying, when Porsha found out that Dennis hired that girl, or that girl was hired, Dennis says he has no idea that she was hired. Do you guys believe what Dennis McKinley said? He said that he has 600 people that are employees, and he had no idea that she was working for him. Like, that could be a possibility, of course, because he's not in charge of the hiring. But you would think somebody would have gave him the heads up. Somebody in Atlanta, somebody would have told him that, yo, the girl that you used to mess with is working here, because he's saying he had nothing to do with the girl. But in any event, Lauren said that she didn't tell Porsha because Porsha and Dennis was good after he first cheated. So the second time, when Porsha found out that the girl was working at Dennis's club, that's when they broke up, and they've been broke up. And Dennis is blaming Dom and the rest of the family, and that's probably why Dennis didn't want to have Londi working for him anymore when she was his assistant, because he don't know who really told Porsha. So now he got confirmation that it was Porsha's sister Williams, Lauren, and it was Dom. So in any event, Londi has something to do with it too as well. She may have not, but yes, they told her. So this is where, you know, Dom is sitting here saying that that's why he thinks he is owed an apology, because he didn't tell Porsha. So he actually brings up the cheating situation. So now this leads to the conversation of them out there drinking. So it goes left, and so it's just like, okay, they're bringing up the past, but Dennis didn't bring up the past. Porsha people did. So it just goes to that situation. And Dennis calls him sneaky. And Dennis says that he wasn't cheating on Porsha at the time. He had nothing to do with that girl or anything of that nature. So it's just like, It's a shame. It's really a shame. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. I'm just like, this is crazy. I mean, like, and then you have the assistant, basically she wants to know why, you know, Simon 3 previous marriages didn't work and things of that nature. So you got everybody really kind of like, they're pointing the finger at Porsha. Porsha's people is pointing the finger at her. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And then Dennis, he brings up the situation to the group, because Dennis is basically saying like, y'all, do y'all know he didn't tell Lauren, but he told, Dom, and he told what's her name, Lauren, their sister, that, hey, listen, did you guys know that Simon said that he has a company that will move every piece of fabric from his house that belongs to his exes, and every piece will end up showing up nice and safely to your house, that he will move a woman out in a heartbeat. But Dennis also did say that Simon, is a good person, but he heard that, and they're looking like they feel a certain type of way. And also, when it comes to Dom, I don't think Dom or, Lauren really get Simon, or really get along with Simon, or really think that Simon is a good choice for Porsha, because it seems like everybody's gravitating towards, towards Dennis. But also, when Dennis and Dom got into the argument, Dom said, yo, listen, that's why your Porsha ain't listening to you no more. Now she's listening to Simon and doing everything Simon tells her to do. I was like, boom. So basically, Porsha assistant Lauren and the former assistant Dom and Londi didn't say anything. They're saying that Simon is basically controlling Porsha, and Porsha listens to him and following him. But it don't look like that. But that's what they're saying. And then Porsha's assistant said, yeah, Simon got Porsha doing all different types of stuff. It's crazy what she's doing. She's dropped down. She's doing the most for Simon. I was just like, why would they tell Dennis that? Like, that's crazy. Like, why would they tell Dennis that? And why would they say that on TV? Basically making it seem like Simon's in control of Porsha. And at least when Dennis was in control of Porsha, he kind of like had her best interest. That's what it seemed like. And then I think Dom think that he probably would still have a job. Simon ain't gonna let Porsha have a male assistant or a male helping her anymore after his last marriage with Fallon. And Fallon ended up with the assistant. You think Simon is going to let Porsha have an assistant? And also, did you guys notice when Porsha got into the accident with the ATVs? Porsha was like, oh, do my chest look good? And then her cousin Storm said, oh, yeah, it looked good. It looked beautiful. And then Simon started covering up because Porsha was being treated by one of the medics, and it was a guy. So he got a little jealousy in him, baby. Oh, Pauletta, what's going on? I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Hey, PE, how you doing, girl? Happy New Year to each and everybody. Dennis is a fighting guest, and Porsha better step up. Hey, what's up, Giving West? What's up, Gucci? How you doing? Happy New Year's to you, too. Happy New Year's to you, too. What's up, Norris? Tony, Happy New Year's. What's up, Seth Brown? How you doing? I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Happy New Year's to... Hey, Raheem Charles, how you doing? I'm just like, Lord, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Robin Walker. Porsha had it out. Okay, I already read that comment. Okay, so UK in the building, baby. So I'm just like, that whack. Okay, so in any event, so you got a whole lot going on. So I'm just like, yo, why would they say that about Porsha on national TV? Why would they even do that? So basically, they're kind of like confirming things that other people have been saying about Simon and what's been, out here in these streets. And and then they also talk about Porsha, she's not hard to get. Like, you don't gotta wait 90 days. You know what I mean? It's just like, ooh, like, why y'all... Londi did it, Dom did it, and what's her name, Lauren, the assistant, did it. So it seems like Lauren set that whole situation up. Porsha's mad at her. She was mad at her assistant. Like, what you doing drinking all day? You should be over here working. Porsha was upset that her assistant was having fun, chilling with Dennis and them and everything. And Porsha was like, you better defend me. You better tell him to be quiet. You better not tell Dom to be quiet. Like, what's going on? So Dom and Porsha's in on it together. And the assistant, she's confused. She don't know what's going on. She don't want to seem like she's all there for Porsha. She wants to seem like she could be in between. Porsha said, no, you can't be in between, baby girl. You either my side or the highway. And Porsha already said Miss Gina's hitting the highway. Porsha was so wrong for that. Porsha kicked them out of the dinner. Porsha, why you kick them out? Porsha kicked them. Porsha kicked the mother out, kicked Dennis out, told him to go. She started yelling and screaming. Porsha, was you triggered? Like, yo, Porsha, why you do that? Porsha, you should have excused yourself from the table and said, I need to chill out for a minute. Or you should have asked Dennis, can you please, excuse yourself from the table and take a chill pill, right now. Dennis was, oh man. Dennis was defending his mother. That's how Dennis and his mother gets down. They got each other back. Even though Dennis was telling his mother to chill out, that wasn't going to be the situation. Miss Gina wasn't going to chill out. So you could just see that Miss Gina never liked Porsha. Porsha and Miss Gina never got along. Porsha and Miss Gina don't like each other. They don't see eye to eye. And it's just really a sad situation because in any event, Miss Gina could be a help and Porsha could be a help to Miss Gina. But it just seems like Porsha just like, I'm done and I'm through. And everybody on the show is saying that Porsha, if you don't follow what Porsha says or do what Porsha says, she's going to be done with you. She's going to be through with you. So that's not a good look. And so Dennis is basically having this conversation, with Dom, basically saying that, you shouldn't have been snitching and blasting the third. You shouldn't have told on me. You should mind your business. But he didn't say that at this time and point. But in any event, Lauren don't even know they're having this conversation about, Simon having a moving company. So there's a whole lot going on in this situation. They just be doing way too much. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Dennis is like, yo, that man got a professional moving company? You guys are busy worrying about what I was doing when I was with Porsha, but this guy got a professional moving company, move her and everything out quick, fast, in a hurry. That means he has no connection to who he's with. That means he's already ready to move you out. He has a plan. He has a contingency. If the things don't go the way that he want it to go, he got a moving company that can make everything go. And so Dennis didn't really want to get into the situation. But Dennis just basically is telling Dom that, yo, you messed up. And Dennis said that he only cheated one time. One time was too many, baby. One time was just way too many. I'm just like, Lord, have mercy. What is going on? One time is just way too many. Too many times. And so they have this conversation. So Dom brought this cheating stuff up, and Dennis going to bring it up again because Dennis is still hovering over it because Dennis felt like if they didn't run back and tell Porsha that the girl was working for him, that he will possibly still be with Porsha, and they broke up a relationship. And you also have Lauren that basically says that at that time that they got back together, they was in a good place. They were good. And basically Dennis is mad at this dude because this dude went back and ran his mouth Dom. And Dom said, no, he didn't. He told Lauren. And Dennis says, if you tell Lauren, that's telling Porsha. She's a snitch. So Dennis and Lauren, they may seem close, but they ain't that close. Of course she's going to tell her sister. Of course they going to tell Dennis. I don't know. Dennis says, do you guys believe that Dennis didn't know that girl was working for him? Dennis hires everybody. He hired Porsha's niece, Porsha's cousin, and then he hired the girl he cheated on Porsha with. So everybody can work for Dennis because Dennis has, 11 companies? Probably more. And so Dennis knows that he's cheated on Porsha more than once. That's what he was saying. Lord have mercy. Hey, Miss NeNe Bug, how you doing? What's going on? Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button. Thank you, Rashida Libra. I appreciate that. So in any event, now Lauren is trying to get real with Porsha. Porsha's not hearing it. Porsha is done. Porsha, something happened. I think this is why Dennis said what he said to Porsha. But Porsha got there and Porsha's being called out by Lauren like, yo, how come you ain't how come you're not over here, working out with us? How come you're not doing the meditation? And Porsha's basically saying that, she ain't here to do no meditation. I was just like, Lord. Porsha said, your stuff ain't working, Lauren. She said, you tell me what I need to do because this ain't working. This ain't working. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Like, this is crazy. And Porsha basically, Porsha finds out that Dennis is 2 doors down. She don't seem to be upset. So Porsha basically saying that she's not upset anymore that Dennis's girlfriend or Dennis's, girl came. But Porsha, when you kicked Dennis and his mama out, you talked about his girlfriend. You called her a slur and basically, kicked her out, basically calling her a name, and like, why would you call her a name? Like, she didn't do nothing to you. She's there to be with Dennis. But in any event, if I would have known that my man's with all these other people, I wouldn't be sitting at no dinner table with y'all. But Porsha sits down and she talks to Lauren, and Lauren is trying to talk some sense into Porsha, trying to tell Porsha, like, you need to be a part of this. Porsha said that she don't want to hear it. Porsha said that it's done, it's finito. She's not feeling it. She wants Dennis to be gone. She don't want to deal with, Miss Gina. She's basically saying Miss Gina, Miss Gina's wrong. Miss Gina didn't apologize. Miss Gina's talking about all this and talking about all that. If I hurt anybody, and Porsha's saying that she's not being authentic. Porsha's saying that Miss Gina is not, Miss Gina was so happy that Dennis had another girl there. And then when they had dinner, Miss Gina was just so happy to say, and she was happy. Miss Gina was happy. She was all like, yeah, he's with another girl. He's not coming to dinner. I mean, I pointed that out the last show I reviewed. She was just like so thrilled because she don't want her son to feel like he don't got nobody. Dennis got a whole bunch of people. Dennis has been out here in these streets, and a lot of people have seen Dennis picture with this one, picture with that one, at the club, at, getting breakfast with 8 different women at different restaurants and all types of stuff. So in any event, Porsha says that she can't effectively communicate. Well, Lauren tells her that she needs to learn how to effectively communicate. And why is Porsha blaming everybody? Porsha saying it's Dennis's fault. Dennis is doing this. Dennis is rude. Dennis is coming after Storm. Porsha saying Gina is rude, and Gina doesn't have her best interest. And basically Porsha feels like Gina's only here just to support her son, that she's not here to be a part of the blended family. Like, she don't want to work on herself. She don't want to be honest. She don't want to apologize. She don't want to be nothing. Porsha woke up this morning. She woke up that morning, was like, I'm done with Miss Gina. Miss Gina smiling and grinning in my face. I don't appreciate that. And Lauren was like, yo, Porsha, you can't be blaming everybody. You got to take accountability. You keep pointing at everybody else, but you're not pointing at yourself. And this is coming from Lauren. And Lauren says that you think everybody else need to work on themselves, but you need to work on yourself. And Porsha said, I am working on myself, and I'm fine. And I realized the problem. The problem is Dennis and his mama. It's like, what? Porsha was like, yo, Lauren is blunt and right. This is a storyline for the show, because Porsha ain't participating. I know. This is what Dennis is calling it out. Dennis is calling the situation out like we supposed to be meditated. Porsha and Simon didn't even show up to meditation. And, and Lauren is basically saying that you need to show up. Porsha said it ain't working. Whatever you teaching over here ain't helping. It ain't helping me get through it. Lauren is saying, what you mean it's not working? You're not trying. So Porsha basically said, only thing she needs is Jesus. That's all she needs. That's all she needs. Hey, Pauletta, all she needs is Jesus. I was just like, Lord, like, what is going on? And that didn't look good for Porsha. That didn't look good for Porsha either, because Portia's the one throwing in the towel. You don't see Miss Gina throwing in the towel, and you don't see Dennis throwing in the towel. Dennis is saying, like, yo, y'all need to call Porsha to the table because she's not participating. We're here for a reason. We're here to effectively co-parent. And then Porsha was like, well, I want to know why Dennis is here then. And I need to understand why he's here. Like, Porsha, he told you. He's here to, meet Simon and communicate with Simon and then co-parent. And Lauren was like, yes, Dennis told you what he was here for. That's what he was trying to do. So he's meeting you halfway. And Portia's sitting there telling Lauren that I'm done. I'm through. I don't care. Porsha just want to chill in Mexico. Costa Rica, wherever they at, and have a good time. She's done with Dennis and his mama. And Lauren is like, yo, you don't want to take this route. You don't want to take this route. Then Porsha started blaming Lauren, like, your methods ain't working. What you doing ain't working, girl. Oh my God. But Lauren hit it on the head. Lauren was factual. She was so right that Porsha couldn't even, only thing that Porsha could say was, I depend on Jesus. I depend on God. Basically saying, my God is more than your meditation. Porsha couldn't win that argument. Lauren was right. I'm telling you, Lauren couldn't wait. Lauren could not wait to tell Porsha the truth about herself. Lauren's been holding this in for years. She's been holding it in on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Lauren been holding it in. Let me tell you, Lauren was sitting up in that high place in that hotel room with a pool, a second floor. Lauren said, I'm going to get paid for this because all the things that I experienced on Real Housewives of Atlanta, dealing with Porsha, doing business with Porsha, being her assistant, not getting paid enough. And Porsha's looking at Lauren like, oh, look at your room. Your room is kind of better than mine. Lauren was like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, what is going on? What's up, Pat? Hey, Pat, this show is fake for a paycheck. It may be fake for a paycheck, but the truth is coming out about each and every one of them. Dennis is owning up to hiring the girl. Porsha said, in the beginning of the season that, Dennis still has the girl that he cheated on me working for him. And so we didn't know. I was like, what is she talking about? So Porsha Dennis got that girl working for him, and Dennis wants to make Porsha feel like she's a bad person and she's doing wrong. But yeah, he got the girl he cheated on with working for him, and then Dennis is trying to, say, ain't no way that happened. I didn't know. I got 600 employees. Atlanta ain't that big. Atlanta may be big, but it's not really that big when it comes to that situation. So I don't even know. Lauren been waiting for that moment all her life. Yes, she has, Miss Nina Bug. Yes, she has. I was just like, Lord have mercy. I was so proud of Lauren. I ain't gonna even lie. I was like, her comeback and how Lauren was just so calm and she was so present, and she was basically in a soft tone voice speaking to Porsha, and Porsha didn't know what to do with it. Porsha wanted to go off. Porsha wanted to say, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this to me? Why are you saying that? You're supposed to be on my side. Porsha wanted to say all that. But Lauren told y'all she don't work for Porsha no more. They just got go naked hair together. So Porsha couldn't say nothing, and Lauren feels empowered because she doesn't work for Porsha anymore, and she doesn't have to agree with everything with Porsha anymore, because she says that you have to, or Porsha will fire you. Porsha, I didn't say it. Your sister said it. Your baby daddy said it, and your cousin Londi said it. So it ain't me. I was like, what? Hey, Monique Hill, how you doing? April Morgan. Like, what's word? My dear. Lord have mercy, April. What are you talking about? I watch it over here. Thank you, Rashida Libra. Lauren is the one with the brains of the two. Lord have mercy. Let me stop. So, in any event... And so I'm just like, And then Porsha starts to cry. So now Porsha couldn't get her way with Lauren. And I think that Porsha feels hurt. I think that Porsha thought that, it was going to be all fine and dandy. Everything was going to be all good and everything like that. And Porsha, I don't know why Porsha thought that there wasn't going to be any roadblocks. I don't know why Porsha thought it was going to be easy. She thought that everybody was going to fall in line. But how can they fall in line when you and Miss Gina ain't never got along? You and Miss Gina didn't get along when you was pregnant. Miss Gina, she always chose her son's side. She never tried to see it your way either. Miss Gina's just there defending her son. Miss Gina is the type of mother-in-law that you really, have to, if she don't like you from off rip and you don't meet her standards, you're going to have a problem with her. She's not going to open the box up and let it spread wide so you can fit in some box of her. She's just going to basically not be, she's going to be the way, she's going to throw smart remarks and say smart things. And you can tell Porsha's fed up with Miss Gina. Porsha don't want to be bothered with Miss Gina. Porsha's like, you know what, Dennis is in the past, Mama Gina's in the past. I don't got to deal with them. I have my assistants dealing with them or whatever. But Porsha knows that that's not the way to go. And that's why Porsha broke down and started crying to her sister, saying that, when I was a child, she wanted her mother, Miss Diane, to actually have a blended family. So Porsha does have some issues that her father wasn't around as much as he was supposed to be because he was too busy raising Lauren and being with the other woman, and her mother wouldn't jump into the situation and basically make it an environment where they can have both of the parents. So I understand where Porsha's coming from, where she's trying, but how did she think it was going to be easy? And how did she think not working on herself and getting counseling before she even go on this show? And then Lauren, how is Lauren even equipped to deal with Porsha in her situation? How is Lauren even able to equip to deal with that when, you know, Porsha feels a certain type of way about Lauren because Lauren had more of their father's attention and was there and raised more with her father, and Porsha wasn't, and her mother just went on and just wouldn't move over the boundaries. So they didn't need that other lady was there. They needed some real people there to get down to the situation, and it really isn't for TV unless you want to fix my life. You know, she can help you, but these people that they got over here trying to help Porsha and her family, this is just a pure joke. And Porsha didn't know that this joke was going to go so bad and so terrible. And it really did, because it's showing all of Porsha imperfections. And we all have imperfections, but the people that are showing her imperfections are her family. So this is why Porsha said it's more difficult to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's not difficult to deal with them ladies. To deal with my family is more difficult because she has no other choice. Even though, but she knows that she has to come back. She has to see him or talk to him or something, you know. And they're going to be in her personal space at one point in time. So in any event, Porsha started crying and said, "I just wanted a blended family," but at the same time, Porsha's not showing up to the activities. You know, Dennis and Simon are not talking, and you know, the meditation is just trying, but they don't really got nobody that's really a good counselor. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Let's be authentic. You know, Lauren, she's cool, whatever, but Lauren has her own issues. Lauren already told you that she had her issues with Porsha, and at the same time, a piece of Lauren is happy to see Porsha, you know, whole situation crumble, and people see the truth, and people are telling the truth. Blondie don't have nothing else to lose because Porsha already got her assistant. Porsha was out here in Miami, Florida, with her assistant chilling for New Year's. And where was Blondie? Blondie used to be her assistant. Dennis don't mess with Blondie no more because he can't trust her either. So Porsha, I don't know what to tell you, Porsha. Even your auntie Liz was like, you know, your side of the family ain't the good side. I was just like, whoa. So in any event, Porsha's basically calling out, you know, she starts crying and she's doing, you know, she's hurt. She thought it was going to be easy and she's crying, and Lauren is not hearing it. Lauren's not falling for it. Lauren said that you have to take accountability. This is what you wanted and you're not even participating, and you're the one giving up. Dennis didn't give up. Miss Gina didn't give up. Porsha's talking about she already gave up. And this is why Porsha was so quick, ready to throw Miss Gina and throw Dennis out, because she's been trying to get rid of them, because Storm said so. Storm said that Porsha asked Dennis to leave 3 days ago, and he's still there. Dennis didn't want to leave. Dennis was trying to work it out, or Dennis wanted to get under Porsha's skin. And Porsha can't handle that Dennis got another woman there. And then also this woman that he got there, she looked good. She's pretty. She got it going on. She's 30 years old, but she looks really good. And they was talking about her physique. You know, it's a 25. And Porsha's crying. She's just done. She's saying that she ain't worried about Dennis having somebody else's there, but she wanted to have the upper hand would have a Simon there and rubbing it in Dennis's face, you know, because if any event but at the same time, if Dennis was really here for that, he wouldn't need to have another piece, because that having another woman around him is the same reason why their situation didn't work, and this is why they have to co-parent. This is why they're not together. But you know, Miss Gina said that Porsha cheated too, but Porsha denies cheating. Okay, and Lauren is just looking at Porsha like Lauren is looking at Porsha like with disgust a little bit. She's looking at her like, I can't believe you're saying this. I can't believe you're just giving up so easy. Like, how are you going to start something and then not finish it? You got all us here for this pretense of working together, and now you just want to chill and have a good time. Lauren didn't say that, but that's what Porsha initially is doing. Like, even people say bad things. People say, you know, things that, you know, could hurt in the moment, but at the same time, you got to heal from that and address the situation. This is why, you know, Porsha's assistant called her out and said Porsha doesn't like to deal with situations. She likes to run from them, and she doesn't like to do any of that. like she just likes to, avoid situations, and that's not cool. Because basically, if you listen to what everybody's saying, when it comes from Dennis, when it comes from her sister Lauren, when it comes from the assistant Lauren, and when it comes from Lomdi, they're basically saying that Porsha really don't have a good mind, and Porsha, acts, her behavior, is erratic, and basically saying that she needs to be watched over and looked after, and she doesn't like to face consequences, and she doesn't like to fix things. She just likes to move on. And also saying that she likes to escape from things. And then also you have Londi, Dom, and Lauren, the assistant. They're basically saying that Simon's in control of Porsha. He's telling Porsha what to do. Dennis used to have that role, but Dennis was better at that role. And even Dom says that, like, yo, that's why Simon has her, and he's telling her what to do. And then you got the assistant saying that Portia's doing all this and that. Like, yo, this ain't a good look for their relationship. And then it was like, look how old he is. Like, it's a whole lot going on. Like, he has so many years on her. And then they're also talking about his previous marriages, her assistant. I was just like, And Lauren is looking at Porsha like, why are you saying this right now? Like, you are the one giving up. Ain't nobody gave up but you right now. And it just makes it like everything that they're saying about her imperfection, which we all have, you can see it. Like, we're seeing it clearly, even though it's a scripted show, but some things ain't supposed to be shown. You know what I mean? Hey, Jordan, what's going on? Porsha is a... What's up, Dave Hart? How you doing? What's up, Jordan? How you doing? What's good with y'all? Porsha wants her cake and eat it too. Dave Hart, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody. Happy New Year's. For real, for real. So I'm just like, And so Dennis basically, at this point, Dennis is not over Porsha either, because Dennis is basically saying that he just broke up with Porsha, like 3 months ago. Because they asked Dennis, like, is everything finito and done between you and Porsha? He didn't say no. You know what I mean? But Dennis said, like, in another clip that, she has his child, so he's trying to make things work. But he also feels slighted that Porsha moved on, that Porsha listened to her assistant and everybody else, because Dennis says that he was innocent at the time that he had the girl working for him as his bartender. And he basically feels like they messed up their relationship, and he's not taking accountability either. If he wasn't doing wrong in the first place, that wouldn't happen. And then at the second time, as soon as he knew, he should have told Porsha. Why does Porsha got to find out from somebody else? It's like nobody tells Dennis, tell you what's going on. Like, homegirl's working with you, and then Dennis didn't fire the girl either. And so Dennis didn't fire her? You know what I mean? Because it's business, and why he keep her working there. So therefore, Dennis has to take his accountability too as well. He's not perfect, and he made mistakes, and he ultimately led Porsha out to the decisions that she is making with his daughter. Even if he's not happy about the situation, he has to deal with it, because ultimately what he did actually split up their family. And then it is what it is, because if you wasn't doing that, nobody would have said nothing. And if Dennis was more open with counseling and working things out that way, maybe that would have helped too as well. If he was just so thrilled about going to counseling and trying to get things right, because this is where Porsha's at today, trying to get counseling, Dennis might feel a certain type of way, because she tried to do this when they had a relationship, and now she's doing it while she's about to have a fiance, while she got a fiance. So he's feeling slighted too. So, but it was funny when they was on the bus and they was making fun of Auntie Darlene. I know Auntie Darlene, that was kind of like crazy. When you talk about Auntie Darlene, when she started screaming and yelling, talking about Jesus, Jesus, and talking about the Holy Ghost, and said, I just want to hug my daughter. And she didn't say Jesus or the Holy Ghost, but it was almost reminding you of a church scene in church on Sunday when they have revival and they're just screaming, jumping, and, moving. They got the Holy Ghost. That's how she was acting. It was like, Dennis was like, yo, I'm concerned for her. And they even acted out like, what's going on? Like, Storm is cool, but how can you really believe anything Storm says when you see her mother? Like, you can't judge somebody off their mother, but she don't even talk to her mother. Her mother's on TV doing like weird stuff, sleeping all day, just like, yo, I just want to hug. Like, this is just crazy. And Dennis says he was surprised that Simon still was sticking around. I was like, ooh wee, like, ooh wee, like this is just way too much. I mean, way too much. Way too much. Like Porsha, and they're sitting out there doing a reenactment of Auntie Darlene, Storm's mother. It's just like, oh, and Londy's participating too. You know what I mean? And they laughing and joking. This is Porsha's family. Porsha, your peoples is laughing at you. So this is why I'm saying, Porsha people, like, yo, listen, I know Porsha didn't sign up for her people to be making fun of her family members. Porsha was just on Instagram with her Auntie Darlene, and they was dancing, and Auntie Darlene looked nice. It was her birthday. It was like 2 days ago. And, you know, so I know Porsha might feel a certain type of way. Dennis talking about family. Dennis is like, I've been here for 5 years, 6 years, or whatever. And like, and her assistant want to be cool with Dennis and Landy. And why don't, you know, Porsha like Landy? Like, is something wrong with Landy? Is it the way she dressed? Is it her physical appearance? Like, what's up? It seems like Porsha is good with Lauren. Lauren is, she looks like she's younger, and Lauren looks like she's going to follow what Porsha says. So in any event, yeah, they done cracked down now. They done talked about the auntie and everything. Like, yo, that's bad. That's bad. That is bad. I don't even know what that was just, you know, that was just way too much. That was just way too much. Way too much. Now they getting ready to go have a good old time. I'm just like, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just like, yo, this is Porsha's people. Like, Porsha can't be proud of this show. There's no way Porsha is proud of this show. There is no way that Porsha could even be a little bit proud of this show. I'm just like, OMG. Like, do you see this? Like, this is crazy. But nobody has, you know, a perfect family or anything like that. But, you know, I don't think that Porsha want it to, you know, be this way on TV. I don't think Porsha wants that situation. So now they're all sitting here gonna get ready to play truth or dare, and then you got Landy. She gonna find out some information from Dennis, and she gonna be feeling a certain type of way. Porsha, she's on the ATVs, and then, you know, she has an accident because she wants to go really fast. Everybody else is going slow, so she broke her nail. And then this could be tribute to another thing that Porsha doesn't think. Porsha doesn't slow down. Porsha tries to do anything to take her mind off of what she needs to face. So, you know, she probably wanted to be free and just ride, and she ended up hurting herself. But it's like, you know, slow down, Porsha. Porsha going 30 and 40s, like, you didn't have to do all that. And it just makes like the family point a little bit more really, even though you can take this particular situation where Porsha breaking her nail and not make a big deal out of it. But would you hear what everybody else is saying about her? Then you see her just doing too much on the ATVs. It's just like, it just adds on to like Porsha, you know, not being all the way there like that. Hey, Lady C, what's going on? Dennis needs to stop eating. I know. Like, yo, like, this is crazy. And so then you get the situation where, you know, Dom is basically, you know, Dom asks the other ladies, you know, why didn't Porsha drink the night before? And they're like, well, Dennis, she should have came to the dinner. You would have known. So why did Dom, you know, bring up that situation? And you might be right, Missy. But at the same time, I think it's the backlash that bothers him. Like, he wouldn't have nothing to say because he feels like Porsha is messing up her reputation with dating Dennis. He called her a super husband stiller. You know, like, he's really throwing shade at her. Everybody's throwing shade at her on her show, okay? Everybody's throwing shade except for Storm. And Dennis is and Simon is trying not to throw shade and saying that, you know, Portia's not really, you know, feeling Dennis like that. She just, you know, she despises him, you know. But in any event, you got Dom bringing up Porsha being pregnant or possibly being pregnant because she didn't drink at the dinner before. Why would he bring that up around Dennis? Like, so it almost seems like Dom is trying to start trouble. Like, Dennis don't need to know that. And then on top of that, after they talk about the situation, they shade Porsha and they say, well, Dennis had 1 day and Simon had 2 days, to wait in anticipation. So like he brings up, and he brings that up, and then he's bringing that up on TV. But there's a point in time that everybody thought that Porsha was pregnant, so maybe this is around the time people thought that she was pregnant and things of that nature. But why would he bring that up around Dennis? Is he trying to basically poke at Dennis? You know what I mean? What, Dennis don't need to know that. That ain't Dennis's business. So that's what I'm saying. It seems like Dom is a double agent. Like he want to be cool with Dennis, but Dennis ain't gonna hire him, because it seems like Porsha family be getting hired by Dennis. And then Londi, she's trying to get back cool with Dennis so she can work for Dennis and be his assistant. And you have Lauren, she just wants to fit in, but she sees the imperfections of Porsha and she points it out to her baby daddy. I know they're supposed to talk, but Londi ain't got to blend in, and Dom ain't got to blend in with Dennis. So, they telling her business, like I'm saying, like they ain't got her back like that. And then you have, Lauren basically says that Porsha just be doing too much. Porsha run away from things. Porsha scared of things. Porsha doesn't want to handle things. Porsha want to put things in a back burner. Porsha likes to run away. Porsha, likes to do all these things. And then she's basically telling the business, oh, well, she tells Dennis, well, Dennis said, is Porsha pregnant? And Londi is like, oh, no, she took a pregnancy test the other night, so no, she is not pregnant. Like, that is not Dennis's business. If Dennis gets somebody else pregnant, or if there's an accident, or maybe he might think somebody is pregnant, he ain't gonna be telling them. So why are they telling Porsha business? But I think, some scripted too, but at the same time, it doesn't make Porsha look any better either. It's basically, the show makes Dennis looks like, even though he's a serial cheater, it makes him look better. Like like what's going on? Like, this is crazy. And so then they toast to that Porsha's not pregnant, and then they toast to Porsha's, making people wait timeline. And so that was all shady. Lauren was being shady. Londi was being shady. And Dom was being shady with Porsha's ex. Even though it's her baby daddy, but like y'all talking about Porsha and how she moves. And then Dennis says that Storm is a liar. He threw her a birthday party, her 21st birthday party at his club before he fired her. And they're all shocked because they don't know. Oh, they didn't know that Dennis did this. So did Porsha know he threw her party, or was this before he knew? Before she knew Porsha? I mean, before, Porsha knew that they were cool. So Dennis is throwing her a party, and Dennis is basically saying Storm is jealous because he never tried to get with her. Is he throwing her a party because he feels sorry for her? Is he throwing a party because he wanted to make her feel special? Dennis, why you and maybe Dennis didn't know that Storm didn't like him, and Storm was saying things about him behind his back to Porsha's family. Maybe none of that came out. Maybe when he threw her a party, I'm assuming that everybody was on a good page. But why didn't nobody at the table knew that Dennis threw her 21st birthday party at his club? Now, was this before Porsha? And did Storm think that her and Dennis were gonna have something going on? But Dennis said right after he threw the party, he had to fire her because Storm was disrespectful and rude, and she wasn't good with management, good with the managers. And so Londi, basically, she jumps into the situation and she says that, Storm was going around telling the whole, when Porsha was bragging about the family, about, being with Dennis, Storm was going around saying, I don't mess with Dennis. I don't like Dennis, Dennis this, Dennis that, and stuff like that. And I don't know why, I don't know what, Dennis got food and stuff all over his face, but he does, And Londi's basically saying that, Storm was out here, basically trying to ruin Dennis and Porsha's relationship. And then Dom asks Dennis, did he ever threaten Storm? And he says no. And then they ask Dennis, did he ever try to get with Storm? And he says no. So do you guys think he trying to get with who? What's going on in that situation? Like, this is crazy. And why is this assistant telling Porsha's business whether she took a pregnancy test or not? Like, y'all be doing way too much. And then this is when Londi finds out that, she wanted to know why Dennis stopped messing with her. And he said, because Porsha told me to. So now she feels hurt because she kind of believes him. And then, then she used to work for Porsha, and then Porsha kind of like put her on the back burner. So when it comes to Londi, she's been in limbo. well, she don't know who lying to her, but I think she chooses Dennis' side more than Porsha, as far as Dennis says that, like, yo, listen, Porsha told me not to mess with you. Why did Porsha tell Londi not to mess with Dennis? Was Porsha, didn't want Londi working for her man? So why would Porsha tell, Dennis that? Did Porsha feel like her family was using Dennis? And I would want my cousin to be working for Dennis so I'd be trying to get tea out of her and information. But Dennis is saying that Porsha told him not to mess with Londi. And Londi was like, yo, she feeling a certain type of way. And then Londi's basically, she's not feeling, Storm. And she's saying that Storm is a troublemaker. And she said that, Storm tried to step to her. It won't be pretty if she does it again. And then you have Dennis basically saying that Storm and Porsha ain't even that close. He's been around for 5 years, and he ain't never seen Storm and Porsha talk as much as they are talking now. So, like, if this is scripted, they're making Porsha look bad. They're making it seem like Storm is only running up after Porsha because Portia's giving her the time of the day, and they ain't even cool. And why is Porsha? It's like Portia's picking an argument with Dennis and everybody else for Storm because Storm is riding for Porsha hard. But Porsha said that all you guys said that Porsha want people to ride for her, and she wants people to have her back, and people to do this and people to do that and be yes sir. And if you guys ain't yes sir, and Storm is acting like yes sir on this trip, where you think Porsha loyalty is gonna lie? Because she don't think none of y'all are loyal to her. You know what I mean? And even Lauren, the assistant, says to Dennis that Storm divided the table because Lauren doesn't like Storm either. So how does everybody not like Storm? Only Porsha does. Like, that don't make no sense. How come everybody else? Dennis don't like Storm. Dom don't like Storm. And I'm only saying that they don't like her because the way that they're talking about her. And when it comes to Dom is the type of person, he's just trying to get in where he fit in. Porsha is going to be his bag. That bag with Dennis has already been, gone. It's never coming back. Dennis is never going to mess with homeboy. But Dom feels like if he goes hard for Porsha, maybe, he'll be in the light again. He's on the show. So I guess Porsha had to call anybody. She just called old assistant, old workers, family members that she don't even hang with. That's what Dennis is saying. So if this is scripted, they're not making Porsha look good. Like, for real. Hey, Porsha, Lord. That's true. I agree, Jay. Oh, thank you, Hot Spicy Tea. People hate Simon and Simon for cheating, but love Dennis. I don't love none of them like that. I don't think so either. Sincerely, Celia, I don't think so. I don't think she'll ever like any one of Dennis's girlfriend. Gina's not gonna like any one of Dennis's girlfriends unless she fits that idea quota, and that's gonna be hard to fit. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? So I'm just like, Lord have mercy. So when it comes to what's her name, Londi, Londi's feeling a certain type of way because Porsha is choosing Storm's side, and now she's finding out through Dennis that Porsha told Dennis not to mess with Londi. So basically it's only showing negative characteristics of Porsha, and these are her family members. Like, my family better make me look good, y'all. For real, like, we're gonna have a conversation. Whatever you do, you gotta make me look good, okay? Because perception is everything. I'm just like, OMG. And Simon's calling it out like, yo, she ain't even cool with Storm. Only reason why, because she feel like Storm ain't getting up and doing nothing for Porsha. Like, she ain't hanging with them. And why ain't Storm with them? You know what I mean? Why isn't Dennis over there with Porsha? And why ain't they having some type of activity? Other Dennis and Simon and Porsha should have been having an activity with Lauren. It shouldn't have been over here, but then we wouldn't have the drama that we have. But it is what it is. Dennis says that he fired Storm, and that's just the situation. And Dom said, let me see, where am I at? And so then Dennis is feeling like a certain type of way. And Dennis is basically talking about the ops and things of that nature. He's trying to fill out if the assistant is an op. And he goes, the ops, you know, um basically told on him. And Dom is like, well, I'm not the ops, I didn't tell on you, I told Lauren. And so also, but Londi is asking Dennis, like, how come you didn't fire the girl that was working there? So Dennis still employed the girl that he cheated on Porsha with. So how does that make Dennis look? That doesn't make Dennis look good, for doing that. Like, so why is she still working? So if you wanted Porsha to actually come with you, so this is probably why the reason Porsha said to Dennis, like, you better come here Christmas and you better bring the ring or whatever the case is. And Dennis didn't show, he showed up without the ring and they was having issues. Dennis is blaming them, but why do you still have the girl employed? Porsha is jealous. Porsha's gonna feel a certain type of way. Is business or not, you give that woman severance pay and keep her moving. So Londi did have Porsha's back on that situation where she was like, why you still have that girl working there? And then Londi was like, yeah, you got that girl still working there, but you fired me. And then Dennis dropped the beans on that situation. So as Porsha snaking her own family out of a job when she needed money. Londi said that she needed money. She wasn't getting that many hours with Porsha, so Porsha wasn't happy with Londi. And then Dennis basically feels like she's probably the opposite because somebody told Porsha that girl was working there, and he didn't know who it was. So now he knows it was Dom that told Lauren, and Lauren told Porsha, but Lauren is denying telling Porsha. So if Lauren didn't tell Porsha, Dom told Porsha, and I believe Dom told Porsha. In my opinion, I think Dom told Porsha, but I don't put it past Lauren to tell Porsha either. That's her sister, but I think Dom really told her because well, and if any event, if Lauren did tell Porsha stayed on code and didn't throw Lauren under the bus. But anyways, Dom said basically he told Lauren, and then Dennis is like, well, if you told Lauren, then that's just telling the ops because Lauren is a snitch. Lawrence Williams is a snitch or whatever. And then Londi was like, well, he was doing his job. He's employed by her. He works for her. And then Dennis is basically going, no, that's messed up. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, Blasing the third. And then Dennis is basically saying he got 600 employees. He got 11 locations, and he didn't know that she was working. He doesn't do the hiring or whatever the case may be. And he basically believes Dom snitched on him, and then he wants, Dennis said they're creating problems, and Dennis basically is telling Dom that he wants that, he wants that fade, he want to see him. And I was like, Dennis, you see Dennis, what is Dennis going to do to somebody? Dennis don't even look like he can put his hands on his stomach. Dennis' pants is falling down. Dennis look like come on, look at Dennis's neck. What is Dennis going to do? Dom, what's Dennis going to do to Dom? Like, come on. Dom looks like he could move faster. He looks like he got a little bit more speed to him. It looks like he could be a football player. He could be a tackle. He could be the tackle. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what Dennis is thinking. Like, Dennis, what you gonna do to this man? And Dennis is, but Dom thinks that Dennis is joking right now. And it seems like Dennis is joking. But once Dennis brings it up again, Dom takes offense to it. But Dom now has been drinking too. And then he's in front of Porsha. And he's trying to get cool back with Porsha because Porsha's new assistant is sitting over there smiling, baby. She got both of their jobs. And she's traveling, going everywhere on jets, planes, first class. She's staying in luxury, houses out there in Costa Rica, Mexico, Florida, rented houses, whatever the case it may be. She's staying in them locations and she's living a life. And, and that's why Porsha wants her to be on her side. And so in any event, once Lauren said about Porsha, not being logical and not dealing with things and running from things, Dennis was like, oh, you're not the ops or whatever the case may be. But girl, Dennis ain't paying you. He ain't paying. Look at Dennis. Dennis, what you gonna do? Maybe, I don't know. Dennis don't look like he can do nothing to me. Dennis is a geek. Lie. He's not. Rashida Libra. They don't like Storm. See, like Porsha, everything Porsha love they. But this is what I'm saying. This is Porsha's family on TV. Like, her family is her and her friends and her assistant. Like, they shade this whole thing right here. They shaded Porsha up and down. They shaded Porsha. They talked about Porsha bad, y'all. They talked about her intimate life, how quick and how fast it goes. They talked about her shading her cousin, Londi getting her out of a job, and then Porsha not hiring Londi. Then you got Lauren saying that Porsha, is just all over the place and she don't deal with things. And then you have homeboy Dom talking about, oh, is Porsha pregnant? But he did that to make Dennis is jealous. And then he's also talking about Porsha's, life too as well, and being shady. So all these people that's supposed to be Porsha's friends and family are sitting here shading her on TV right with Dennis. But look at Dennis. Come on, what Dennis gonna do? Dennis can't even touch his toes. I don't even know if he can touch his forehead. I have no idea. He could barely hold his pants up. Look how his hands are gripping his pants. He can't even hold them up, y'all. Come on, Dennis, what are you doing? And then Dennis shaded Porsha and Yoga talking about her moves. But baby, it don't look like you can do anything but lay down. Dennis, it looks like Dennis could just only sit and eat, y'all. Sit and eat. And so then Dennis basically said, oh, this is to the ops. Let's toast to the ops. Let's toast to the snitches or whatever. So he's shading Dom. And Dom was like, well, Simon got your girlfriend now. And she's doing everything that Simon says and not what Dennis says anymore. And then you got Lauren that basically shades Porsha, saying that she'll do anything for Simon. So in any event, Porsha, your family, Lord, with family like this, you don't need... You don't need nobody else. You don't need nothing else. You could have been our Real Housewives. You would have been better off. You would have been better off on Real Housewives of Atlanta instead of going through this. You arguing, at least people be like, you can kind of defend yourself, but you got your family talking about your whole personality, your whole behavior, how you move, how you this and that, and people gonna believe them because that's your family, and you brought them on TV and they're supposed to know you better. And then you got Storm, she already got a nasty attitude on her face. Then you got Porsha. Porsha's already mad at her assistant because her assistant was out there drinking tequila and chilling with Dennis and having a good time, and she hurt her finger. And I guess Porsha wanted her assistant to be working for her, but her assistant was over there having a good time. And Porsha seems like she's jealous of her assistant having a good time with Dennis, Londi, and Dom. And like, you supposed to be working. So in any event, you already know the ladies are Real Housewives of Atlanta. They are bosses when it comes to their staff. But how could she be your staff when she's working on the show, trying to create content on the show for you? So Porsha back. Like, why you doing your friend like that? But your friend was talking bad about you, girl. She was talking bad about you, telling all your business. You know what I'm saying? Porsha. And it makes you think like Porsha don't know how to choose people to be around her. It looks like Porsha don't know how to choose people in her circles. And this is why people were kind of like, backwards, towards her situation, with Dennis. And Portia's looking at her assistant like, oh, so all you guys did was drink all day. Portia's all mad, like she wouldn't be drinking all day and having fun. And you know what I mean? Like, she don't want to do this work. That's what it seemed like. Portia's done with Dennis and his mama. That's for sure. I wonder if we're going to get any Christmas picture from Dennis and Porsha and the mama. And then the conversation, then it starts off with the conversation, what went down. And Porsha done already talked to Dom, and the camera people, the production already talked to Dom and told him to bring up the whole situation. He brings up the whole situation because he's already feeling tipsy. Dennis is feeling tipsy. So they help create a situation. And so basically he goes, well, I'm a snitch. I work for the ops because I told, and Porsha's like, told what? What prompted this conversation? And then Porsha is blaming Londi. So when Porsha is blaming Londi for the conversation being started about Dennis cheating, you know what I mean? It seems like what they were saying about Porsha not liking Londi and snaking her and getting her job dismissed from Dennis and then dismissing her. It seems like it's true because she just knew that Londi started it, and no, Londi didn't start it. It was your boy Dom that started the whole situation earlier in the day, and then Dennis basically brought it up, calling him the ops at the tequila situation. So in any event, Porsha, you didn't know they was going to be talking about this. And Porsha's telling Miss Gina, oh, don't mind your business. We're supposed to be talking like this. We talk about the past. But you looking all like, what prompted? Like, it shouldn't even be discussed. They need to work out. Porsha, you didn't need to know what was going on. As long as they're getting together, Dennis feels comfortable with them. They get to dinner and have a good time. But Porsha wanted this drama too as well. Dennis wanted the drama, but Porsha wanted it even more because Dennis got his date somewhere near close by at the table, because at the previews, you can see his date standing over there near the doorway, but they didn't show her on the show. They show her in the previews, or I didn't see her. But in any event, Porsha's not happy because Dennis got a date. So Porsha's ready to start the mess. Porsha's ready to get it on and popping. She's ready to dismiss Dennis and his date and his mother because she's sick of it. She's through with it. And plus, she don't like the way they're talking. She don't like the way they're acting. And plus, he got a date. That's why she's mad. And she wanted problems, and Storm wanted the problems too. Look at Storm. She's already got her face all mushed up. Porsha ain't gonna hire you to be her assistant because you're gonna have to work. And Lauren works. Lauren, the assistant, works. Okay, Storm, you can't be Porsha. But in any event, Storm is not a problem. Storm feels like Dennis slighted her and he fired her, so therefore she gonna have Porsha's back more than she has Dennis's back. And this is why Porsha is choosing Storm, because the other people that she asked to come on the show don't got her back all the way. Now Dom is showing that he got her back. Even her sister, I know Porsha was like, I pay you, girl. I pay you. I pay you, girl. I pay you. Like, Lord have mercy. Really, his date was in the scene. His date was in the scene, but they didn't show it. They showed it in like the flash of the previews of it when it was going to commercial. They showed her. It looked like her. It looked like the girl that he was. Look at Laura. Hey, what's up, Father York? How you doing? I didn't even see you. What's going on? Allegedly, Melanin Queen. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on, Miss Nita Bug? Raheem Charles. What's going on? Like, yo, like, this is crazy. Porsha came there ready. She came there ready, and she talked to Dom, or the producers talked to them to get it pop and talk about Dennis cheating. Like, this is all, like, we talk, you engaged. But Porsha excuses, we're going to make this happen. And so you got Dom. He's basically saying, well, I'm a snitch. I'm this. I'm the ops. Because he's feeling a certain type of way. He wasn't all animated at the table over there with Dennis and Miss Lauren and Londy. He wasn't animated. Now he's all animated. He got his black and white. And he basically put some grease on and some cocoa butter. And he's ready to sizzle. He's ready to sizzle, y'all. He's sizzling. But now he's sizzling. And then here comes Lauren. What you mean you snitched to me? What do I got to do with it? Why my name being brought up in the situation? She said, because I told you and you told Porsha. He didn't say you told Porsha. And then Lauren said, I told you that nobody should tell Porsha that girl is working at Dennis' shop because they're in a good place and they don't need this. So then who told it, Lauren? Are you mad at him because he snitched? And is he telling the truth? Did he tell Porsha? Porsha know he told him because Porsha didn't check him and Porsha didn't say nothing about Lauren. They both told her, in my opinion, but the person that told her first was probably Dom, and of course Lauren told Lauren. So I didn't say nothing. Lauren, you wouldn't tell Porsha that information just to giggle in her face, because Porsha never respected any one of your relationship, who you dated, your baby father, who you was recently dating. You gonna tell me if you got that information? Because Lauren's a little jealous of Porsha too, because Porsha got most of it all, and and Porsha treats her like crap, and she's the one that had the father around, and Porsha got more financial gain than she has. But at least she has a peace of mind, and she also knows how to meditate, and she has conflict resolution. She can, settle conflict and things of that nature, and she's on a spiritual journey. But in any event, Porsha, all the people around you really don't like you, girl. Girl, they don't like you. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. Lauren is like, why are you telling? So, and the way that Lauren looks, it looks like she is mad because he spoke up and he said something. So, in any event, the way that Lauren looks, she looks guilty. And I think he's tired, or maybe Dom is tired, that he's taking the blame for telling Porsha from Dennis. And he, like I said, he want to be cool with Dennis, but Dennis don't want to mess with him, and Dennis keeps challenging him by saying, you want this fade. So it's like a whole lot going on, y'all. A whole lot going on. I'm like, what's up, Jordan? Like, yo, it's so much going on in this situation. So where we at? So we got this going on. I'm just like, oh man. Push. Porsha didn't care what she looked like on TV in that moment. And you see this, Porsha, in this moment, Porsha was ready for everything. Porsha wanted to shade Dennis down. She wanted to read him down. She wanted to just let him feel like she felt. She wanted to embarrass him. She wanted to do everything. And he knew it. He knew it. He knew it. And that's why he acted fool too. And Porsha came there ready because she was done with Gina. She told us earlier that she's done with meditation. She's done with Miss Gina. And she's done with Dennis. And she's done. Porsha didn't even show up to the activities, and Porsha didn't do no activities with Dennis. Like, you know what I mean? At least Dennis and Simon sat down and had breakfast. Like, Porsha, you wow, Porsha. Porsha is so wow. Porsha said, I had it up to here. I'll feed the animals before I give Dennis and his mama any more of my time. Like, what? Like, yeah, so you got that situation going on. And then Porsha calls out Londi, and Londi said, I had an issue, but my issue had nothing to do with the situation where Dennis cheating. And that's true. Her issue was, why did Dennis fire her or let her go? So that was the situation. So it is what it is. Dennis says, he don't know why Dom is worried about who he's with. And Miss Gina, and Dom is basically saying, if you would have never cheated and if you was loyal, this would have never happened. He got a towel on, maybe, but he looked like he'll give Dennis a run for his money. All he got to do is run around in place and Dennis will pass out. You know what I mean? So it is what it is with that situation. But he looked a little, I don't even want to say it. He looked a little slow. But, so now you got that situation. I don't know. I'm just trying to be funny. This is entertainment. Let me put that up there. Entertainment. This is only entertainment. I'm telling jokes. It's only entertainment. None of it's real. Okay? It's only entertainment, y'all. So, so you got that situation going on. So I'm just like, OMG. And so he was like, well, he's saying all this other stuff. And then Dennis said, you shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing. And that's the case. But why are they talking about this at the table? This should be something that should not be talked about at the table, but it is talked about at the table. And basically it's them again calling out Dennis. You had Porsha's grandmother call out Dennis and say that, he's a playboy, which is true. But it don't need to be brought up at these moments. Like, Porsha and Dennis needs to have this conversation. And it shouldn't be nothing about snitching. Dennis, get over that situation. Porsha's going for now. And you already got another lady over there. So you wanted, like somebody said in the comments, he wants to have his cake and eat it too. Dom and Black Youngster gotta be brothers, right? Yes, they do look like alike. Why are you trying to be funny? You're hilarious, especially with Dom. I'm not trying to be. Lauren seems to be at peace. She's at peace with the situation, but at the same time, she's laughing. She's laughing internally at Porsha. And finally, the world gets to see. You know how Kenya Moore be exposing Porsha? This is what Lauren is doing. Lauren is the Kenya Moore, of this show. And so it's just like, oh my God. I just like, this is just really bad. I don't care if it's fake. It looks bad for Porsha. And Porsha basically saying that but then Porsha turns around and say, well, and then the assistant jumps in. Lauren wants to clear her name. The assistant jumps in and she basically tells Porsha the story of what everybody was saying. And then Porsha basically cleared it up. Oh, yes, Dennis cheated on me. And when he cheated on me, he ended up hiring that girl working for him, and then I end up finding out. So he's mad about that situation. And then Miss Gina is feeling a certain type of way. And Lauren is like, yeah, I know I didn't say anything. And Lauren's basically, she's trying to clear her name that she didn't say nothing to Porsha. And and like that, they leaving Dom to hold the bag. I don't know if he told Porsha. It seems like he did, but Lauren looks guilty too. She looks guilty. And Miss Gina said, this is immature. Why are you bringing this up? Why are you talking about this right now? And it is petty and it is immature. And, Miss Gina's like, this is why I don't want to be bothered with this family. I don't want to be a part of this family. So at this point, they both done with the situation. And then Miss Gina, like, that's your granddaughter's mother. So, she can't, Porsha and Gina are basically the same when it comes to having their way. But she see what Porsha's doing, and she don't want nobody to talk about her son. But like, the issues needs to be addressed. This is what they're here for. And then she's telling Porsha, let's move on. And Porsha's telling Miss Gina, no, we ain't. Porsha's telling Miss Gina, they're talking about the situation. This group activity was supposed to be, dealing with the past. Porsha, how was that supposed to be the group activity when they were sitting there playing Truth Dare, Double Dare, or whatever? You didn't even know what they was doing, and you was already mad because your assistant was having fun with Dennis and your former assistant and your cousin. So in any event, Porsha makes the situation fit herself, but maybe they were there talking about the past. Mama Gina's trying to get it out the way, and she don't want to talk about it. And then Mama Gina said that she never felt welcome in a family. But it's hard for anybody to welcome you in, Gina, because you are doing too much. And so then, Lauren, the assistant, is agreeing with Simon and telling Dom to calm down. And Porsha tells her assistant, you better back up. You better watch what you're saying. Why are you telling, Dom to calm down and you letting Dennis say whatever he want to say? Like, come on, Dom is being loyal. Dom is loyalty. So basically, Porsha is calling out her assistant saying, girl, Dennis ain't feeding you. Don't be trying to be cool with Dennis like that. Don't even try it. So, and so the assistant didn't say, she just, she made all these faces, and Porsha checked her immediately. Porsha didn't check nobody as much as she checked her like that, but she basically trying to embarrass Dennis, and Dom is the centerpiece of doing it in front of his mama, because Porsha should know that this is going to get Miss Gina upset, and Porsha don't care if it's going to get Miss Gina upset. She don't care because she wants to embarrass Dennis, and then, Miss Gina doesn't want that to happen, so it is what it is. And then Dennis and Dom go back and forth, and Dennis is talking about that fade. Dennis, let it go. Like, Dennis, you're supposed to be more mature. If Portia's not being mature, then you be mature. Dennis said he ain't gonna be mature. And then, Storm telling Miss Gina to be quiet. Storm telling Miss Gina that your son is the one talking, and she said it in a snappy way. And then Dennis tells Storm off, like he swears at her, and that's all Porsha needed to do. Porsha went off. Miss Gina basically said, why are we still talking about the old stuff? That's why we can't move on. That's why we can't go forward. And yeah, I don't even know why they're talking about the old stuff. They should be talking about building a relationship, hanging out, doing some team building exercises, anything else but this. But I guess, especially who is the counselor? Lauren ain't no counselor. Why wasn't there a counselor over there with Dennis and Dom so they can work out the situation, and also work out the situation with the cousin Lobby, because now she feels slighted? And then Lauren telling her opinion. So, what's her name? Lauren, the sister, Lauren Williams, you dropped the ball. This is supposed to be team building, supposed to be meditation and working together, and they needed people to facilitate that. And Porsha wasn't doing no team building and working on nothing. So, Lauren, this is a joke to you, and we know it's a joke to you. You knew that whole situation was going to blow up, and Porsha knew it, the producers knew it, they all knew it. And then y'all try to make Dennis look bad for what he did in the past, which he shouldn't have did in the past. But in any event, Dennis wasn't going to back down. Porsha ain't going to back down. Dennis ain't going to back down. So in any event, they set up the situation to happen the way it did happen. So it is what it is. And then it gets ugly. Miss Gina's calling out Porsha, saying, why are you worried about what Dennis did in the past when you engage in facts? And then you got Dennis. You got Simon. He is so embarrassed. He's basically shaking his head at the table. He got his head down and stuff like that. And then you got, Simon basically saying, well, Porsha just has a lot of resentment for him. She really doesn't like him, and she needs to work on it. I thought they're supposed to be working on it. Like, come on, like, this don't make no sense. Like, okay, this was all thrown together, and basically, Porsha, you gave them the ammunition to make you look bad. Just the same thing you did to Kenya Moore. You gave Kenya Moore the information to make you look bad with the stripper. Like, Lord have mercy, Porsha. You just keep getting set up, and this is why Simon said that his family, his children, ain't nobody gonna be on this show, because this looks a complete mess, and it makes Porsha looks bad. It doesn't make you value Porsha. In some way, it does make you value Porsha because you see what she's going through, because she's trying, it seems like she's running from Dennis in the situation with Dennis, and she ran into Simon's arms. And this is what her assistant said, and this is what Lauren said, that she don't like to deal with things. She likes to run away. So this is why they're talking about this now. This should have been worked out a long time. Her and Dennis needed to sit down. Maybe she needed to cry with Dennis. Maybe she needed to cry on his shoulder. Maybe Dennis needed to cry with Porsha. Maybe they needed to cry together. But the breakthrough should have been with Porsha and Dennis, because obviously they got built up issues, and they would do anything, to get to push each other's buttons. And right now, Dennis is still in the street. Right now, Porsha's engaged. So therefore, it doesn't look like they're going to get back together. So they need to work together. And this whole thing was just bananas. Like, this didn't make no sense. Like, Porsha, why did you agree to this? I don't get it, because she said that she wanted her family to be together and she didn't want to have two separate homes. But if you want that, Porsha, you kicking this man out, you arguing with this man, Storm and Dennis has a history, and that maybe she's saying things to you that might not be okay, and maybe she's overly supporting you because, she hates Dennis. But at the same time, Porsha, you have to work on your family, and this is your reputation, this is your brand, this is what you build, and it's just like, it don't look good. But in any event, like, how else would any of us act? Like, if you got your ex, your boyfriend, your baby daddy pointing a finger at you, he bringing his girlfriend to the dinner, and she's like a step away, and then you got Dennis's mother chiming in and saying stuff, it's just too much. And Porsha was rude to Dennis's mother. Porsha was like, oh, look at Gina. She's upset about something. She's all riled up about something else that ain't none of her business. Like, if it ain't none of her business, Porsha, then why is she there? Why did you invite her? Why did you sit down and have that conversation? When she said something wrong to you, that you cheated on Dennis and you felt a certain type of way, why did you invite her? For the paycheck, for the money, for ratings, but is it all worth it? You know what I mean? Because basically, you saying why she all riled up about something ain't even her business, and your mama didn't even show up for you. So it says a whole lot. I don't think Porsha's a bad person. I just think Porsha's just got herself, clicked up in a lot of things, and then and she never forgave Dennis, and she never got over Dennis hurting her. And she could be rushing to Simon because Simon seems like the total opposite. But at the same time, all these rumors and allegations about Simon. But Simon says that he changed because he got counseling. But right after he left Fallon, he was dating Jessica Cakes. And then boom, bada bing, all of a sudden he's married to Porsha. And yes, Simon then said some negative things about Porsha in the past to Fallon, because Fallon, jumped on Instagram and told us, or jumped on YouTube and told us. But at the same time, Simon may have said negative things about Porsha, but he only said negative things about Porsha because he wanted to see Fallon's reaction. And when a guy likes a girl, anytime you with a man and a man talks bad about another woman, he absolutely want to be with that other woman. He's intrigued by her. He want to hear what you have to say so he can figure out what you say about her, what he feels about her, and what he wants to do with it. So anytime a man tells you, I can't stand that girl, I don't like her, she ugly, she ain't pretty, because what man really be doing all that stuff? Only a man that's interested in that woman. So the time that Fallon was sitting there with Simon, and Simon was saying, oh, Portia's ugly, Portia's this, oh, my cousin brought her that car, she's still riding that broke down car. Fallon said this on Fox Soul, whatever. But in any event, he said all that because he wanted Porsha. So it almost seems like Simon was seeking out Porsha. Porsha may have DM'd Simon, but Simon was talking about Porsha to his wife, and now he's end up with Porsha. Simon wanted Porsha all alone. He wanted to be next to her. He didn't want his cousin with Porsha. He's talking about Porsha driving that old car. She needs to drive a new car. That's because he was thinking that what he could do for Porsha. So yeah, I'm just going off there. I just felt like going there. So let me get back to the story. I just felt like going there, y'all. My bad. I just went on a tangent real quick. And then you got Storm. Storm basically says, Miss Gina says, like, could we talk about something else? Could we move on? And then Porsha said, we're trying to clear the air, okay? We're trying to clear the air. And then Gina's like, well, let's clear the air and talk about something else. And then that's when Storm jumps in, and then Storm said, it's your son is the one that's talking. And she said it like all snappy. And already Dennis is feeling like Porsha is disrespecting his, Porsha ain't feeling his mother, Storm ain't feeling his mother, and now he's going back and forth with Dom. But Dennis don't gotta go back and forth with Dom. Dom said it, he snitched, he told, it's already happened, it's done, it's finito. You got another girl there, so why you worried? Because he still want Porsha, that's why he worried. And also he don't really got a reason to be mad at Porsha other than what her family told. And so Porsha's feeling a certain type of way. Dude, you cheated on me. Dude, you hired this girl and she's working at your club, and I'm supposed to be okay with that? Like, how many times are you gonna do it in my face and I don't say nothing? You know what I mean? And so it goes left. Then Mama Gina said this is the reason why she don't want to be a part of this family. You have Liz. She basically says that you don't worry about her. You can come to my side of the family, come to this side of the family, the good side of the family. Gina says that she don't want to be around. And why you guys still talking about old business? And why is Porsha even bringing up this? Porsha, I'm like, it's just a whole lot going on at this table that shouldn't have even went down. So Porsha did say like 2 weeks ago, this is why, she didn't have her daughter on set filming, because she realized after the first dinner that this was not going to be a good situation. So it is what it is, baby. And then once Storm says that, Dennis turns around and he swears at he says he goes at Storm. And so then Porsha said, the first time you went at her, you ain't gonna go at her again. And so basically, Porsha is telling Dennis to get up, to go get out. I was like, Lord have mercy, because she already told you she don't want to work on it no more. She told you, Lauren, she told you. And then Portia's just screaming, like, what's going on with Porsha? Portia's yelling, she's screaming. She is so mad at Dennis right now that she's just like, get out. And then Simon's trying to calm her down. It's like she's so triggered that she went like all the way. And then Dennis is antagonizing it, still trying to say, oh, don't tell me to get up. Your cousin is disrespecting this. So Dennis must have did a whole lot more to Porsha than is being led on to be. You know what I mean? Or something. And then also, Storm is right there next to Porsha. Only person that's really next to Porsha is Storm and Simon. The rest of Portia's family and her assistant, they're not even next to her. They're letting her act a fool. And they you can't tell Porsha nothing right now. Portia's just like, Porsha, like, you were that mad because he cussed out your cousin, or he's disrespecting you, or you thought that he was going to abide by your rules and be respectful and be so happy that you and Simon are together and just sit there and let you say whatever you want to say and get what you want to get off your chest, and he was going to take that? No. And then Dennis antagonizing Porsha, going towards her while she's telling him to leave and kicking him out. His ego is hurt. He feel bruised. He feel disrespected. He feels like his mother's being disrespected. How can Porsha do this? I ain't gonna let this happen. I've been with you for 5 years. You're gonna play me like that on camera, on TV, with this man, and for this girl Storm that you ain't even really cool with. And he's just yelling and he's just saying back stuff. And then you got Dennis' mother in the background. He's trying to tell his mother to stop. His mother won't stop. And Porsha just done with Miss Gina. Could you imagine Miss Gina as your mother-in-law? On this show, she looks bad. She might be a good grandmother to your child. But imagine dealing with Gina. Like, Gina don't look like she's really nice like that. You know what I mean? It looks like she picks and she points. Like, if PJ comes to the house, oh, why do PJ got on a pink sock? Oh, what's your mama up to? Like, it's nothing like fun. Gina doesn't seem like she's like, oh, come here, baby, I love you. She doesn't seem like that. It seems like she might feel a certain type of way when she sees PJ, because PJ reminds her of Porsha. I don't know. That's what it feels like. I'm just like, yo, what'd you say, Jordan? I see them like exactly. Hey, what's up, Kim Johnson? Simon just wants to see if this spread off will work. If not, he always has new potential wife in mind to introduce his kids. I can't with you, Miss Nita Bug. I can't with you. Not gonna lie. Even if Dennis cheated, she should still take responsibility for getting into a relationship with that man too quick. Dr. Arkbar, what's up? KLS sincerely, what's bad about this is that she is messing it up for the relationship for her daughter's family. It's extremely, yes, facts. And that's the situation. But Lauren said that she was trying to pull her in. She was trying to get her, to understand. And this is why the meditation come in, because she should have kumbaya, Musa, calmed down, just walked away and then came back and clearly asked security to go tell Dennis to leave. You know what I mean? Or she should have, her and Storm should have exit with Simon, and she said good night. Maybe we'll try something again the next day, but I don't like the disrespect towards my young cousin. And Dennis keeps calling her a child. Porsha keeps saying that she's adult. So it almost seems like Porsha identifies with Storm, as basically being, shut out, because Storm doesn't even deal with her mother, and her mother's begging for a hug. So you got a whole lot going on in that situation. So it almost seems like Storm identifies with her, and with her being so young, with Porsha, and Porsha identifies with her at this moment, even though Dennis says that they don't have a relationship. And Porsha was like off this, like, Porsha, what are you doing? Porsha is just, I don't know if Porsha seen the girl or the girl was sitting at the table. But that girl was around. I seen her in the previews. I should have took a clip of her, but Porsha really just, like, Porsha went off the deep end because he said something to Storm. And then she was also mad at Dennis because Dennis said, oh, be quiet, Dom, before you start crying. And then Storm jumped in and said, oh, what's wrong with crying? So, so at this point, Dennis just felt like, it's time to go in. And Dennis been drinking, you know what I mean? So it just went left. Mama Gina didn't help either. You would think that she would be a word of wisdom. She would sit at the table and be like, I understand, but you know what? This conversation is going to take it to a different level, and I feel uncomfortable with it. Maybe we can have a private conversation, or you and Dennis can have a private conversation. Miss Gina, she's not, an advocate of calming down things. She's not an advocate, to basically voice her opinion in a way where it's not perceived as negative. But who knows? It seems like she could do a whole lot more, but Miss Gina seems like she's a part of the problem too. And where is Lauren? Lauren has no control over the group. So Lauren, you Miss Meditation Queen, you didn't do your job. And even Auntie Liz was like, come on, the conductor, the counselor, the therapist, you're supposed to be doing something. And then it goes left, and Lauren has no control over it. Basically, it doesn't seem like there was supposed to be any type of blending family. It's like unblending. And, Miss Gina's not going to forgive Porsha for this. And Dennis is not going to forgive Porsha. And Portia's not going to forgive them at all. Portia's going to feel like she's attacked. Portia's going to feel like, they didn't have her back. They came on here to make her look bad. And she already called out Miss Gina, and basically said Miss Gina's only there for her son. She's not there for her. And Gina doesn't feel like Portia's there. So they both got the same complaints towards one another, but no one is doing what they need to do to make sure it works. But Porsha, the way that she behaved, the way that she said, get out, Dennis, was just way too much. When Porsha cussed and swear, she'd been around cussing and swearing, but Porsha was just too through. She was done. And then at this moment, she said, go, leave. And then that's when, Storm jumped in and said she asked you to leave 3 days ago. So Porsha was already done. Porsha was ready for it. Dennis was ready for it too. So that's why he didn't leave. If Porsha told me to leave and told my mama to leave, I would leave. Like, you know what? It ain't gonna work here right now. Maybe it can't happen on camera. But producers probably made Dennis and his mother stay. They may have signed a contract, and you got Storm telling them to leave. But what if they wanted to work? Porsha is the first one that gave up. Portia's the first one that gave up on the healing process. And even though it don't look like there could have been any type of healing done with this spinoff, because Lauren is inadequate to be the counselor. She don't have no control because she want to be liked by Porsha. She want to be liked by Dennis. She want to be liked. And that's not the situation. So they need somebody else. Porsha, you have Simon. He's trying to tell Dennis to leave. Dennis, why are you still in Portia's face? Leave. Porsha don't need to see you. Porsha told you guys to leave, then just leave and take your mother with you. Like, don't put your mother through that. Don't get your mother yelling. Look at your mother. Her hair's all messed up. She all sweated out that hair. The hair finally looked like it's moisturized because that sweat. And, she's sitting here going against Porsha, which she don't like anyway. And now you going against Porsha with her man there. It don't make you look good either. And the way that he's trying to tempt and try Porsha and press her, like, continue to antagonize her when she's backed up in the corner saying, get out, go. He's still trying to go talk to her. You guys are not in a relationship anymore. Like, what you guys used to do at home, you can't do that on TV because you ain't together no more. So it almost looks like the arguments and maybe the situation that Dennis and Porsha had going on, Dennis might have been a lot aggressive towards Porsha because he seems very aggressive now in this situation. You know what I mean? It's like he can't take the hint to leave to go. You have Simon rubbing his back and saying, you need to go somewhere, you need to go, take it up another day. His mother's yelling. Portia's flipping out like she's having a tantrum. She's acting like she's a toddler. She's doing way too much, and it's really embarrassing. So it's just like, go. I was like, yo, listen, when Porsha was doing this, I was just like, OMG. What's up, Kim? Like, this was so bad. It's Lori Life. Okay. And then, Porsha threw it up in Dennis's face. Oh, well, Simon ain't gonna sleep with his young bartender. Like, why would you say that, Porsha? So it's basically saying that you're with Simon because you hope that he won't cheat on you. You hope that he will be better than Dennis. But then you look at his track record, even though Simon said he got counseling, it's like you're setting yourself up for failure too. And Dennis is doing too much. This is embarrassing. Dennis and his mother look so embarrassing right now because they're engaging Porsha. You're supposed to walk away from Porsha. You're not supposed to engage her, especially when she's acting like, she need a 5150. And then I don't know if Porsha was bumping into security, pushing security, but the girlfriend that Dennis had, she's somewhere close because she was in the clip at the scene. And then Porsha, and I don't know if Porsha is pushing, she bumped into the security because she's telling them to go and she's moving, but I think the security bumped into Dennis, I'm assuming, and then Dennis, pushed back, and then, Porsha was Roddy Piper up in here. Porsha got her stance. Porsha hands, she got the nails on. Porsha done already hurt her nail, injured her hand. Porsha was swinging, boy. She was trying to get Dennis in the face, y'all. I was just like, I'm just like, what? This is just so crazy. And even what's her name? Storm. She stopped. Storm is off, like her mother's off, and she. I don't know. I don't know if you can believe anything Storm says or whatever Storm does, because she seems like a little off. It seems like she throws rocks and she starts a little stuff and she knows how to pick and get under skin. But then at the same time, she don't want to go all the way there. And Porsha is going 1,000 times. And Simon, basically, he's not really holding Dennis back. If anything, Simon should have just backed Dennis all the way up. Simon should have said, yo, man, you got to go. He should have been pushing him back. Simon should have been pushing Dennis back like, yo, get away from my fiance. You got to back up. I don't got a problem with you, dude. You should have had his hands up, ready to swing. But as we heard of the story, Simon didn't even defend Fallon, so he wasn't going to defend Porsha. And plus, Simon feels like security's that security job. He ain't about that life. But Dennis is acting like he's about that life with Porsha. I don't know if Porsha tried to reach towards his mother, but it looked like it was just security that bumped into Dennis, and Porsha might have bumped security into Dennis on purpose, and then Dennis took it that way. And Dennis is like, Dennis, why are you really coming at her like that? I know that's your mama, but you're on TV, you're a businessman. Porsha clearly is having a breakdown, and you clearly got to be the better person. You've been preaching this whole time that you're going to be the better person, and Porsha needs to do some, Porsha needs to do that. And you see Porsha acting up, you should just walk away. You shouldn't entice it. So in any event, it's a whole lot. Blame can go everywhere. But in any event, if my man was there, if my fiance was there, even though I'm but at the same time, we don't want to think like this, because then you put men in a dangerous situation where a man is defending your honor, and he can ultimately depart from this earth because he's defending your honor. And if you would just calm down and relax, he might still be here on this planet. So, but at the same time, you want your man, if security and the staff members can't get Dennis out the way, then I need to get Dennis out the way, okay? Because you're clearly upsetting my woman. But clearly, Simon, only thing he can do is rub Dennis's back and keep it moving. So that's the situation. I'm like, And yes, Dennis is immature. Dennis is definitely immature. You know, it's like they both push each other's buttons, and then they wonder why the situation ends up being like this. But at the same time, it seems like Porsha and Simon have a lot of unfinished business that I don't know how Porsha's moving on with Simon when she's still so hurt by Dennis, and she clearly can't let it go, and she clearly can't just be good with the situation. You know, Porsha's in control of everything. If she want to be, she can, you know, double dutch between Dennis and Simon and her daughter to make sure everybody can double dutch. But at the same time, Porsha's like, nah, you need to double dutch on your own. If you can't double dutch on your own, then that's your fault. And so Porsha wants everybody to be a certain way, but they ain't gonna be. And then also, when she wants everybody to be a certain way, she's gonna push your buttons. And that's the same thing Dennis is doing. Dennis wants Porsha to do better. Dennis wants Porsha to work on herself. Dennis wants Porsha to do this, but clearly he knows how to push her buttons too. That's why he brought the girl. He didn't bring that girl because he's lonely. Dennis could have found a girl out there in that place, and nobody could have known who he was with. Nobody even had to know anything about Dennis being with that girl, but he knew that was going to get under Porsha's skin. So it's like it's been tit for tat, and it might be scripted, and they all probably had a small script to work with, but in any event, they both exposed themselves, in my opinion. That's how I feel, baby. So yeah, that's the situation. Here I go. It's 2 hours. Simon is showing Porsha that he doesn't really care about her. Porsha started it and could have gotten Simon hurt. You know, he could have got hurt, girl. I don't know. He could have got hurt in the tussle because Dennis. But the way that Dennis was so aggressive towards her, I know Porsha's doing so much, and I would say calm down, Dennis, but you would think that he would just walk away because clearly, like, she's on 100. But real drama. Well, everybody family ain't perfect, and people family have issues and have problems, don't get along, argue with each other. Just you don't get to see it, and we get to see it with Porsha. So that's basically it. I don't know if anybody want to call in. If you want to call in, tell me your thoughts on the situation. If you want to jump on the StreamYard, let me know. I'm just like, Lord, It was a whole lot of wrong going on. A whole lot of wrong. I believe I called it all out because it was embarrassing all the way around. Porsha was like, get out. Porsha was like, get out. Get out. Get out. Porsha was having a nightmare, y'all. Porsha was having a nightmare. Right in front of our eyes. Like, Porsha was acting really like a child in that moment. Like, I would have just got up and left. I'm like, you know what? I already said I was done. I'm leaving. But Porsha felt like this is her event. This is her thing. And she didn't want to get up and leave. I would have been left. I was like, come on, hubby. Come on, Simon. Let's go. Let's go somewhere where we appreciate it. If I was Dennis, I would have got up, but Dennis wanted to go head to head with Porsha because he already went head to head with Dom. He could have let that situation go with Dom. Why he kept bringing that up? He snitched. You guys are broken up. You guys are over. Why be mad at Dom? Because he's still hurt. He still thought he had a chance with Porsha, and he was working it out, and now Porsha ain't never came back. And she's getting engaged. He's mad. Porsha needs to keep her family off of TV. All right. Okay. Basically, that's it. If any, the phone line's on the screen. If you want to call in, you can call in. I think I dropped the StreamYard key in the chat. If not, Happy New Year's to each and every one of y'all. For real, for real. Oh God. And what's up, Twitch? How you doing, Twitch? All my people on Twitch. Happy New Year's to each and every one of y'all. Much love to you. Have a blessed night or a blessed morning. Thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys being here late and everything. Please hit that like button. You know, pray for your sister, pray for your girl, pray for yourself, but also keep me up in your prayer because there's a lot going on. There's a lot, transpiring with me. There's a lot happening. It's a lot of crisis situations going on. So I'm going to need some prayers, y'all. I need some prayers. I need y'all to pray for your sister. Pray for your sister, Mary Jane. Mary Jane needs a healing. Mary Jane needs a blessing. Mary Jane needs strength. Mary Jane needs conflict resolution, problem solving, which I do have. But what do you do when people just don't want to listen, Lord? Happy New Year's to everybody. Much love. Thank you guys so much. Happy New Year's. It's a new year, baby, and I want my new year gotta be way better than 2021. Like, come on. Yeah. So much love. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Pray for yourself, pray for your family, and also peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. And I appreciate y'all so much, y'all. I know I be having all types of stories, but yo, shit be happening, y'all. I be like, yo, man. Yo, you get your head above water, man. And here come a tsunami. And then a volcano erupts. You know what I mean? Like, I'm only one person. So pray for me. Pray for my strength. Get stronger and stronger, baby. And the door opens, opportunity opens, remove blockage, please. I need y'all to pray for your sister. Pray for yourself. But, baby, I'm being 100 with y'all. I be going through some shit, man. Much love. Oh, thank you so much, Information Man. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. Please check out the Information Man channel. And also, please check out Norris Tony channel as well. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. But in any event, when it comes to this whole situation, I was like laughing. And I was also shocked. And I couldn't believe the things that they said about Porsha. And I couldn't believe that Porsha kind of fit in some of them boxes that they said about her. And we saw it with our own eyes. And also, like, for real? Like, is that bad between Diane and Porsha? I mean, not Diane and Porsha, but Miss Gina. And then Diane didn't even come. Diane was like, you ain't gonna put me in this trick bag. Diane said, you ain't gonna put me in this trick bag for real. Diane didn't even show up. And then Porsha, I was just like so shocked. Like, I just almost thought it wasn't real the way that Porsha was acting. Like, and she just really just automatically, like, did she have a breakdown in front of us? Was that a breakdown? Like Porsha had in front of us? Like, Porsha, you went all the way out in the deep end. And where were you, Lauren? Lauren, you should have stopped the conversation. Lauren, you wanted to keep it going. Porsha wanted to start mess. And Porsha thought that Dennis wasn't going to start mess. And Dom wanted to start mess. And then it went overboard. Like, come on. Like, this is crazy. Crazy. I can't even believe that they put that on. I can't believe that Porsha let herself be betrayed like that. But at the same time, she's human. But where comes to the point where you can walk away? And it's just like, and then Dennis didn't walk away. And then at the end, Dennis, you look really, really bad. It almost make it seem like what was really happening in the house with Porsha and Dennis when they had arguments. It makes you think, it makes you wonder. And Simon, you didn't do much to get Dennis out the way in front of your wife. Why are you going to the gym? Why are you working out? Oh, I don't know. Like, why didn't it was like, yo, they wanted to capture this moment, and Porsha Porsha really broke down. And Porsha was just like, this is embarrassing. Like, I was like, oh my God. Lawrence the Kenya. That's what I said. Lauren was sitting there, Miss Nina Bug. Lauren was just sitting there, y'all. I was like, and yes, Lauren is the Kenya on Porsha's show. Oh, no, see, I still got love for Porsha. I still like Porsha. Like, yo, listen. I'm only giving out what I'm only talking about what she's giving out on TV and what I see. And I'm just giving my thoughts and my opinion and then adding a little bit of humor to the situation. So this is all for entertainment, but at the same time, Jordan, don't feel that way about Porsha, because Jordan, I see you in the comments when I do videos about, and I appreciate you, showing up and showing out in the comments for me on uploaded videos. I really do appreciate that. But you are supportive of Porsha. Don't change that. It's just the way, Porsha didn't really have nobody that's gonna make her look good on the show. It's like they really, either Porsha is really bad or these people. Porsha, I wouldn't even play with them making me look like that. And this is why you have to have ownership of the footage that way or whatever. But as a lot of it was cut out, because I guess maybe we'll see the girl, but the girl was definitely there. And this is why Diane didn't show up. And Liz, you got just about everybody on Porsha team, except Dennis and Storm. Really threw a lot of shade and told Porsha's business like it was nobody's business. Like, for real? Like, this is bad. She keeps taking people's husband's stuff. This shines a light on her and not looking at her different Simon the Big. I'm like, yo. And Dennis was, did you see how Dennis was acting? Dennis was holding he wasn't holding nothing back. But Dennis, she's gone now. Why are you still mad at Dom? If you really wanted Porsha back, you would have fired that girl. Why didn't you fire that girl? Why didn't you give her severance pay and an NDA where she can never speak about it? And is this girl still working for you? How does Porsha supposed to ever think that? Like, you still, like, Porsha's still hurt. And then for, Dennis to still have that girl working there, or if she's still working there or been working there, like, that gotta hurt, because even though if he's not with her, she's gonna think that he is. And how would he feel if Porsha cheated on him and then the guy was working with her? As you see, Simon is not going to let Porsha have a male assistant. And so that's why Lauren is the assistant. Dom, I'm sorry you're not going to be the assistant. This is why Dom is trying to go back and forth. He got Porsha back for a second, and then he'll run over there to Dennis and try to be cool. But then Dennis totally kept just, testing the guy. And Dennis, why are you mad at him? I think Dennis is mad at Dom, but he's really mad at Simon. I think Dennis is mad at Simon. Dennis wanted to take that energy out on Simon, but in my opinion, maybe he didn't have a reason to take it out on Simon. And so he chose Dom, because if Dom didn't say anything, he'd still be with Porsha, and he wouldn't be sitting there with Porsha and, Simon. So I believe Dennis wanted to take out his frustration, not on Dom. He really wanted to take it out on Simon, but he didn't knock, if you... Let me stop. So Dennis, you're kind of pitiful too. Like, you should have, go on Simon. You guys ain't getting along anyway. After Porsha done kicked you and your mother out, you should have turned that energy off of Porsha and turned it on Simon. That's how you really felt. You mad because she with that dude. And that you was that dude, Dennis. You was on TV with Porsha. You got your yak, you got hair, you got so many more businesses and restaurants that you could have added to Porsha's storyline. You and Porsha could have been promoting. You know what I mean? You could have been doing so much more. You screwed up, and Mama Gina knows that too. Mama Gina feels a certain type of way, but she ain't never gonna admit that Dennis made a mistake with Porsha. She ain't gonna admit it because she gonna think that Dennis was always right in the beginning. He was always right. He was always right. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Simon is person. We can talk about this another day. End of the show. I know he did say that, but at the same time, Dennis is still itching up to your girl, to your fiance, and it seems like security ain't doing enough or the staff. Then you say, bro, you really upsetting my fiance, and yo, you gotta move back. Dennis could have been like, well, why are you pushing me? Then hey, it is what it is. But she's telling you to leave, and you keep coming, and you keep talking, and your mother's yapping behind you. Honest, and look at her; she's clearly in a corner, clearly want them gone. And Dennis is going towards her like he's still in a relationship with her. Y'all ain't in a relationship no more. Y'all ain't home acting a fool. Y'all are on camera doing this, and she ain't yours no more. You had another woman shaking her booty down the street. Like, Lord have mercy, this is crazy. But in any event, good night. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Happy New Year's. Peace and blessings. What a mess. What a mess.